Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to our Zoom call here on the power of MetaPWR. What we want to do is teach people how to live their most powerful life and really have a health span that's going to match our lifespan. I started on the MetaPWR products. It's been about 2 months ago now, not even quite 2 months. And I have been absolutely amazed with my results, and I just can't shut up about this stuff. So thank you guys for being here and listening in as I teach some of the science behind these amazing new products from doTERRA. Okay, so our goals for today are going to be talking about like metabolism. Like a lot of people don't even know what our metabolism is. So we're going to be talking about that and how you can control your metabolism instead of allowing your metabolism to control you. And this is like, especially as we age, but not necessarily even as we age, because we now know, 7 and 8 year old children who are having type 2 diabetes. This was unheard of just a couple of decades ago, just even 10 years ago. We weren't hearing about that, but so many things are happening in our world right now and with nutrition that we are starting to see metabolic issues even in young children. So why do we need a metabolic health awakening? Just the thing that I just talked about. And then that relationship between our health span of biological aging and metabolic health, and how we can actually reverse biological aging, not just anti-aging. We are talking about reversing biological aging so that we can put more life into our years. So number one, like, what is metabolism? I think a lot of people, we talk about metabolism, but people really know what that means. And as with my biochemical background, I just love learning about this stuff. And I've been doing so much research on it since the MetaPWR products have been on the market, because I want to know more about it so I can teach you the basis of these products and why it works so much in your body. So metabolism is either the buildup of substances in our body, or catabolism, which is the kind of reverse of that, but they go hand in hand, which is the breakdown of substances. So if we think about, okay, how do we have energy in the body? Where does that come from? Why do we even need to eat? Why do we need oxygen in our lives? That's where metabolism comes in. So in short, metabolism is basically just how your body breaks down the food that we eat and then converts that food into energy. And some of you may say, well, why do I need a nap at 3 o'clock in the afternoon? Or why am I so tired in the morning? These are all parts of the metabolic system and what we can do, how we can create better metabolism in the body to have more energy. But it's not just about having more energy. As you can see along this spectrum, this is what metabolic health affects in the body. And I think there's probably more things that we can add to this as well. So when we're talking about metabolic health, it's measurable, it's visible in the body, and it's very detectable by doing blood tests and other medical tests as well. So our appetite is affected by metabolism, the aging of our cells, our blood sugar levels, our brain or our cognitive health, how we function and can focus and really get things done in our lives. Our cardiovascular health and our lipids, our energy levels, hair, skin, and nails, our immunity, our joint health, muscular performance and recovery, our sleep cycles. This is especially one of those things that's affected by our metabolic health, our stress levels, and also our weight, which is usually where we think about metabolic health, is we want to lose weight. And how does that happen? Well, it's all connected together. There is nothing in our body that works as a vacuum. That's just one single thing that we need to work on. It is seen as a whole. We now know that because of research that's been done by the CDC and other areas, that there's only, in the United States, only 6.8% of people actually have optimal cardiometabolic health. That means pretty much all of us who are listening to this right now could use some help with our metabolic health. And as we age, this gets worse. And we're going to talk about that as we go through these slides. But, you might be one of those what, 7%, 7.2% of people who actually have proper metabolic health. And that's awesome. That's great. Thank you for taking care of yourselves. But for the vast majority of us, this product is going to be life-changing. So how do we tell if we have metabolic issues in our life or not? There are certain indicators that tell us that our metabolism is out of whack. One of those is suboptimal cardiovascular control. So this is usually seen in blood pressure levels or some issues that are going on with your heart or with your vascular system. So if you are someone whose blood pressure is starting to creep up, this is an indicator of poor metabolic health. The most common one that we think about now is glucose control. So a lot of times as we age, and again, not just as we age, but even in young children now, we're starting to see glucose levels that are getting toward those levels where people are getting on a medication like metformin or something like that to control glucose levels. This is also known as type 2 diabetes, and it's an insulin resistance because our metabolic system is so taxed all the time that literally our pancreas is kind of getting tired and it can't put out the insulin levels that are controlling those glucose levels anymore. A huge indicator of metabolic issues in the body is excess body fat, especially around the waist. Okay, so we are talking about the girth that's around the abdomen. And we've all seen the guys who have the big bellies who are hanging over their pants and we're going like, well, how the heck can I even wear those pants, right? That's what we're talking about with metabolic issues. And, you know, I've been experiencing that as well just in the last couple of years. But as you'll see here in just a couple of slides, my results have been dramatic in just a couple of weeks with using the MetaPWR system. And then the fourth indicator of poor metabolic health is rising lipid levels. So this is going to be your HDL cholesterol would be low, your LDL cholesterol would be high. Overall cholesterol is usually going to be above normal, and also your triglyceride levels are going to be off. So if any of these indicators are out there for you right now, that means that you can use help with your metabolic health. Some of us, you're looking at this going, yep, I got all four of those right now going on. And that would mean you're in metabolic crisis and that there will need to be medical intervention very, very soon, if not already. But the good news is that we can turn these metabolic issues around. There are 5 pillars of metabolic health. The biggest one is going to be healthy eating. What we're talking about with MetaPWR is not a magic bullet. I mean, I've seen this as a magic bullet more than anything else that I've ever seen or used in my life, but that doesn't mean that we don't also need to concentrate on eating healthy foods, cutting back on sugars and fats and carbs and things like that in our diet to really get towards that great metabolic health. Also, daily movement, getting out there and walking, getting out of your chair, just, you know, getting to the gym, whatever that means for you, getting out and having that movement. Healthy connections. So we are finding out more than ever how healthy friendships and relationships and honest and trusting people in our lives, how important that is for our health, because a big part of that is managing our stress as well. So when our relationships aren't going well, stress comes in. And I can do an entire hour just on stress. I can do actually several days just on stress and what that does for your body. But managing our stress, especially as we age, is huge for controlling our metabolic health. And then smart supplementation. And what I mean by that is understanding your body and what it needs and what you need to give it over and above the already amazing food that you're going to be putting in your body to give you those micronutrients to really help the body at the cellular level. Because wellness does start at the cellular level. So if you look at this pyramid of health, nutrition and proper digestion is going to be the foundation for your metabolic health. So eating good foods and having poor digestion a lot of times doesn't go hand in hand because we can't absorb the nutrients that we actually need to absorb. So getting your digestive system back in whack is really an indicator of being able to eat those really good foods and get the nutrition that we need from them. Then movement and metabolism is next on that. These lifestyle changes or lifestyle skills that we really need to have in our lives. And then rest and stress management. So now we're talking about sleep, we're talking about relaxation, we're talking about having those good relationships, and also learning to manage that stress in our lives, and then reducing toxicity. So taking away the processed foods, the toxic items that we put on our hair and our skin and that we breathe in, and the things that we eat every day that are bringing toxicity in, and also medications, whether that's over the counter or pharmaceutical medications, can really increase the toxicity levels in our body to a point where we really can't function well. And this is why you can see a lot of people who get started on one medication and 6 months later, they need 2 or 3 to combat the results of whatever happened with that first medication that they get. So the more we can live life without pharmaceutical medications and doing it in a natural way, the healthier we're going to be. And then we're talking about informed self-care as well. So this is like, okay, something did happen. So it's Scott's softball game today. One of the guys hurt his hamstring. So his wife came here after the game and I gave her some oils and some deep blue rub that she could use. Okay, so now something did happen. What do we do? And then proactive medical care. So this is where maybe somebody's metabolic system is so far advanced that they do need to have that proactive medical care in order to get themselves kind of started on this track, and then hopefully start with some of these more nutritional and natural interventions to be able to not have to be on those medications, but to really get themselves back to where they need to be. This slide still just blows my mind to think that these have been my results. Now, I've never really been one that I would say is overweight, that I need to lose weight, but I was starting to lose control of that good metabolic balance that I wanted in my life. And this first picture of me was taken on our 37th anniversary on July 27th. That is my beautiful daughter that is with me as well. But you can see I was like, not exactly where I want to be with my weight. That next picture, you guys, is only 5 weeks after starting the MetaPWR system. You can also see a big difference in my face, how much I've just lost in that area as well. So that picture was taken on September 8th. I started MetaPWR on September 14th at the doTERRA convention. And this picture was taken just 5 weeks after that happened. Now, I want to throw in something here. This is not about weight loss, okay? Some people are not going to have the results that I had in my weight loss and in losing inches. However, what you may see is a big difference at first in your cognitive ability, or in joint and muscle pain, or in your digestive health, or in your sleep. So there's lots of different things that are going to happen for different people, but my body knew that I needed to lose that visceral fat and this extra fat in my body to be able to function correctly. So I believe that's where MetaPWR went to work fastest for me. So this MetaPWR system includes these amazing 7 products. It's super easy, you guys, to take this. It's not a big inconvenience in your day. It doesn't make you feel weird or icky. I mean, at least not for most people, for sure. But what MetaPWR actually stands for is Meta stands for your metabolic system, and then the PWR, you can use that as power if you want to, but it actually stands for personal wellness realized. And that's what we want, is personal wellness realized. So the metabolic system, me being my biochemical self and loving chemistry and how all of these things happen in the body, you can see this, just the citric acid cycle over here. And I'm telling you guys, I could go into so much science, but honestly, who cares? You know, when we look at this, all you need to know is that this MetaPWR system, it's a complicated process. Our body is more complicated than any doctor, any scientist can figure out right now. We do know a lot of things that do happen in the body, but we need to just consider MetaPWR as a synergistic system that works amazingly well in the body when you use it consistently and, you know, as we're going to talk about in this video. And this doTERRA, this is built on research that doTERRA has been doing for years and years and years. And this is revolutionizing the way that we think about supplements and we think about metabolic health. But as we look at this system right here, you are going to see in several places NAD+, NADH. We're going to look down here. So as we look at just this process that happens in the citric acid cycle, you need NAD+, you need NADH. You need it here as well for this to happen. You need it here as well for this cycle to happen. So just know that there are many, I'm going to talk about NAD+ a lot and why it's so important for us to have that in the body for our bodies to work correctly. So three easy steps to the MetaPWR system. The first is the essential oil blend and a few other products that are associated with that, the beadlets, MetaPWR oil, the gum, and also the soft gels. The second part of it is the Advantage Collagen Drink Powder, which if that's the only product that you use, that's the one that's going to be the most fantastic for your body to see the changes that I've already described. And then also the Assist Glucose Equalizer, which I think is they're hand in hand, that collagen drink powder and the glucose equalizer, but they are all fantastic when we use this as a system. So I'm going to go into the metabolic blend and what this does for the body. How about this first one? It inhibits fat cell maturation. I can't see your faces right now, but I'm sure that you would be raising your hands, that you would be in on that when I talk to you about what this actually means. This also curbs cravings and it supports metabolic health. I can honestly say that I have had zero sugar cravings, zero salt cravings, and also that glass of wine or that drink that I might have late afternoon or evening. I'm no longer really craving that in my life or even really desiring that at all since I've started on this MetaPWR system, which is really absolutely amazing to me. We actually went to Trader Joe's shopping yesterday, and I don't think that I hardly got like any like snack kind of stuff. We got things that are more healthy. I was actually really surprised at what I chose to put in my cart because this is helping me be able to eat a lot better than I used to in the past and to think about that more. So when I talk about stopping fat cell maturation, adipose tissue is also known as your fat cells. And your fat cells should be small and they should be dense. We need fat for insulation, we need it for energy. But when our glucose system, our insulin system that controls our glucose, or when we have too many lipids in our diet, or when our metabolic system just isn't working well, those adipose tissues, those cells have the capability of being able to grow and grow and grow and grow. And as you can see, we've got this illustration of these balloons here that those fat cells can get really big to support all of the excess lipids and fat that is in our body. So what we want to be able to do is not have that fat cell maturation happen, but have those fat cells stay small. And I believe that this is one of the reasons that I've been able to lose inches so quickly is that those fat cells remain small and they didn't grow into these big balloons like they can. So that is what the oil and the gum and the beadlets and the metabolic, the soft gels are going to do. So that MetaPWR oil is based on, it's 5 different essential oils that are in that product. Let me go back here. Those 5 different essential oils that are in that product are grapefruit, lemon, peppermint, ginger, and cinnamon bark. This is the same recipe as we used to have with our Slim and Sassy product, but they use them in different ratios now, and they found that they got a 50% greater results with those oils by just changing the ratios. And I can tell you, I like the taste better. I think that it works a lot better. The soft gels don't have kind of that burny feel to them when you take them, and it's an absolutely amazing product. So keeping these on hand for to curb those cravings is really important. So really, can we influence age? Can we reverse age? Well, I will tell you that chronologically, no. If you're 50, you can't go back to be 30 again chronologically, but biologically we can. Okay, so researchers are now saying, yes, we can influence our metabolic age. We can influence our biologic age. Is it as easy as drinking from the fountain of youth? I don't know. Could it be? Or could it? This is where your Advantage collagen drink powder really comes in. When I have talked to some people about reverse aging, some of them are skeptical. Some of them are like, sign me up. And others are like, yeah, I have done some research and I really think that can happen. But most people don't realize what this looks like from the inside out. So we are looking at from the inside cellular function being reversed in age. Our metabolic age can be reversed. We know this. There's actually scales that you can buy them on Amazon. Where you step on the scale, it actually gives you your metabolic age. So if you're 40 and it gives you a metabolic age of 65, you know that you're in trouble, right? Because we at least want our metabolic age to match our chronological age. But what we really want, I'm going to be 60 here in a couple of months. I want my 60-year-old metabolic, my chronological age to say 35 for my metabolic age, because I want to have that energy and I want to be able to do the things I want to do. I don't want to have the aches and pains. I want my hair, skin, and nails to look and feel fantastic. I don't want to have to take a nap at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I want to have great sleep. I want to have great relationships. I want to have cognitive function and be a lifelong learner all the days of my life and not feel like I can't do that anymore. These are all the things that I believe, and I have already felt that happen in just a few months with using this product, because my entire body, all of the systems in my body, I feel are starting to really fire on all cylinders. Cognitive function, lean muscle mass. So my husband has started to take this. He does not need to lose weight. He already eats amazing. He has for many, many years. But as we age, we also lose lean muscle mass. Our joints will start to ache. Some of our connective tissues are starting to age a little bit. So Scott is starting to use this Advantage drink powder as well. Skin elasticity, beauty, firmness, all of these things are affected because of the amazing collagen that is in the MetaPWR Advantage product. There are a lot of collagen products out there on the market. If you've learned anything about collagen, it's probably wrong. Number one, collagen should not be heated. When it's heated, it denatures the molecules that are in the collagen that are supposed to help us to be able to, collagen is that thing in our body that's like the matrix that basically holds us together. It's that thing that helps us have really good muscle fibers. It helps, especially skin. We know that about collagen, but our body is made, our entire body is made up of tissue. So what could this do for good kidney function? What could this do for good liver function? What could this do for your heart, for your gut? We're all made up of this matrix of collagen. So when we get a fantastic collagen into our body, it helps our entire body to be able to function better. The collagen in the doTERRA Advantage drink powder is 12 times more of bioavailable than any other powders that are out there. It is meant to be used cold. It also has 9 different unique collagen types. If you look up how many collagen types might be in the drink powder that you're using, which is probably a bovine collagen, it could be chicken, it could be a pork collagen. It's usually going to be a powder that you either mix up or you can get a liquid collagen. But those collagens have been pasteurized. So if you're getting a liquid collagen, it's been pasteurized. What do we have to do when we pasteurize something? It needs to be heated, okay? So when it's heated, it's actually breaking down some of that amazing collagen that you think that you're getting in that product. And also, if you get a liquid collagen, you're paying for water. why not activate it yourself with your own water in your own home? So the marine collagen that doTERRA is using has 9 different tripeptides. Tripeptides are smaller than regular peptides. You'll see if you have a collagen product, it'll say peptide product on it. So a peptide is much bigger than a tripeptide. A tripeptide is going to be much more easily absorbable by the body and used at the cellular level for all those amazing things that we talked about, for your skin, for bone health, for muscle function, for structure, for cartilage, to help with your joints, and to help with normal brain aging. There's so many different things that go into a collagen other than just, hey, I want my skin to look good. And when we have a marine collagen, it's much more effective. Now, I love this chart. doTERRA's collagen has only been on the market for, literally a few weeks. And as we look at the comparison to some of the other more well-known collagens that are on the market, there is nothing that even closely compares to the doTERRA product. Here we see this 9 different types of wild-caught marine collagen, 9 different types. If you look down here, even the marine collagens that are on the market, there's 1 type that's in there. They're not tripeptides either. And look at this one, a vegan collagen has 0 collagen in it, which I don't even know how that could be called a collagen product. Also, if you look at, ours are tested for heavy metals. When you're looking at a marine collagen, we want to have wild caught marine animals that are tested for heavy metals as well. And then if you look at the tripeptides, you can see there's no tripeptides in any of these. That's just in our product. This is the only product that's freeze dried. Okay, some of them do come in powders or liquid form, but ours is freeze dried, which means that all of the amazing goodness is freeze dried. It's going to be very, very fresh when you yourself put it together with the water. And then if we look at a cost analysis over here, you can see that doTERRA is cheaper than many of these that are out there, except for the one that has no collagen in it at all, which I would say that should be a very cheap product, right? So $2.82, this is per serving, so per day. If you are transferring, not getting your chips or that sugary soda or those other things, if you're not putting those kind of things in your cart anymore, you are easily going to be paying for this wonderful product that's going to make you healthy instead of bring poor health to the body. For $2.82 a day, that's a pretty good deal. Now, we're not just talking about collagen in here. There's 11 other products that are in here. You heard me just mention NAD really quickly as we started this webinar, but here's our marine collagen, which we already talked a lot about that. But many of these other products, NMN, which I'm going to be going into in detail, NADH as well, they help to increase the NAD plus levels in the body, which is super important. Stay tuned for why that is super important, but you can see NAD is mentioned several times. Resveratrol is one of those things. If you're a red wine drinker, you heard several years ago of resveratrol, this amazing antioxidant that's in red wine. Well, it's much better to get that in a highly concentrated form than to have the red wine, which also comes with many sugars and alcohols and other things that are breaking down the body, where you can get it in a freeze-dried form here to get your NAD+. Plus, we're also talking about many things, biotin, hyaluronic acid, phytoceramides, that are super good for cellular aging, for skin firmness, and for health. So the collagen comparison, there really is no comparison. doTERRA is pretty much in a category all by itself. It's marine, it's got the tripeptides in it, it's 12 times more absorbable. It emphasizes on delivery systems, which are really quick and easy at the cellular level. It's not just a collagen product. There is a stack ingredient deck in here. It is a reverse aging product because of the NMN, and it is sweetened with stevia. And I will tell you, I am a person who can't eat or drink anything with stevia in it. I'm super sensitive, even with COVID when I couldn't taste or smell very well. And by the way, that's coming back since I have started on the MetaPWR system. I've been very sensitive to stevia in products. I cannot taste the stevia in this at all because it is a fermented form of stevia, which is a much milder form, but it still brings that nice sweetness into it as well. So NAD, you've heard me talk about this a lot. So what's the big deal with NAD and what is NAD? NAD stands for nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. No, there will not be a test later, but it is important to know the science behind what is going on in our body and why we need these things in our body to know why this is working so well. I think it is anyway. It certainly helps us know better what's going on. NAD is a master molecule in the body. It is known right now, and who knows how many more biochemical processes in the body that they're going to figure this out about, but there's at least 500 known biochemical reactions in the body right now that are activated by NAD. It's a cofactor in these reactions that need to happen to turn things into energy in the body, to turn things into protein in the body, to there's just all these cycles, the Krebs cycle and all these things that we know about in the body. NAD is necessary for that. So when somebody would come to me and say, hey, I'm having pain and inflammation in my body. Hey, I need help with cognitive health. Hey, I'm not sleeping well. Hey, my digestive health isn't great. I'm going to say you need MetaPWR because of this. NAD is going to go to work wherever we need it in the body. What you need it to work on in your body is probably not what I need it to work on in my body. So it's this master molecule that's going to help out in your body to do whatever you need it to do. And that what the big thing is, you guys, at age 25, this NAD, this master molecule, the levels start to drop. And this is where we start to see aging. So this is where, the 30-year-old is going to say, hey, I can't do what I used to do, in my athletic ability, or I just can't eat what I used to eat and be healthy all the time, or I'm just not thinking as well because these NAD levels drop. And what happens is those biochemical processes in the body decline. So that metabolic function starts to decline. And this is where we start to have a health span that's not matching our lifespan. Okay, so what this means is even though we may live to be 90 years old, are we really going to have amazing, fantastic, energetic health all of those 90 years? Or at age 72, are we really going to start to not be able to do the things that we want to do anymore, not go on those hikes, not travel anymore, not be able to eat the foods that we want to eat, be on medications that we don't want to be on because our health span is not matching our lifespan. And this is where that gap starts to widen because our NAD levels are starting to decline. So what we want to do is bridge that gap. We want to get more NAD into our body. But here's the thing, we do not produce NAD, we do produce NAD on our own. We have to make it on our own. We can't take it as an outside source because it is completely denatured by the stomach acid if we try to take it as a pill. People do take NAD injections, but they are very expensive. It's not something that everybody can afford or even have access to. So what we need to do is give the body precursors so that we can make our own NAD in the body. And this NMN, which stands for nicotinamide mononucleotide, is a precursor to making NAD, NMN, and NADH, which is also a precursor to making NAD plus in the body, are ingredients in the Advantage product. So this is going to help to fuel your body with that NAD. It's going to give you that extra oomph as a cofactor, as an enzyme that needs to get into the system to make those biochemical processes work in your body, and it accelerates those processes. So what is this going to do for you? It's going to help your cellular function. It's going to help your DNA integrity. It's going to help your muscle endurance and your strength, your vascular health, your blood flow. So now what are we doing? We are creating a health span that is going to more naturally match our lifespan. So you could now be that 88-year-old that's still playing pickleball, that's still going on hikes, that's still riding your bike, that's still doing the things that you love to do because your body is matching your physical health is matching your mental health, which is matching your cellular health. And we are able to have that lifespan that's going to be amazing and fantastic. So what are these ingredients? Okay, you guys, here we go again. The tripeptides are here working on the inside. Here's that NMN, NADH, and this resveratrol, which is going to increase those NAD levels. And then you've got working on the inside, you've also got the sea buckthorn, rose apple extract, and rose orange complex. And then from the outside, this is going to be the hair, skin, and nails. This is going to give you that amazing skin that we all want. The hyaluronate, the ceramides, biotin, and liposomal vitamin C. You guys, there is nothing else out there on the planet like this product that we have in this Advantage drink mix that you activate yourself with your own water in your own home, and it's super, it's very fresh when you get it. So again, here's that pyramid of health that we want to have. So your macronutrients are what you eat, and your metabolism is how you break down those macronutrients into sugars and proteins that can be used by the body. However, our micronutrients are still very lacking a lot of times in the foods that we eat. So we still need those core micronutrients, and we need that good gut health to be able to process all this macronutrient breakdown that we're going to be facilitating. And that's why we still need lifelong vitality. We still need a good vitamin and mineral product. We still need a good omega-3 product and those 9 different essential oils that are in our E-omegas. And we also need the cellular vitality and the energy product that is provided by alpha CRS, because that's the one that is going to boost our mitochondria to continue to increase our energy levels even as we age. So here's the price breakdown on the $2.81 a day. MetaPWR curbs cravings and it satiates your hungers. Okay, so again, when you factor in not buying your junk food, your sugary drinks, your processed foods, all of those kind of things, is $2.81 a day. It is quite a bargain when we're talking about having our health. So if you were to go out and buy just some of the products that are in Advantage, it would cost you over $300 to buy those products every month to be able to have what you're already going to have for $84.50 in the MetaPWR Advantage product. And I'm going to tell you at the end how you can get this even cheaper than the $84.50. So this is quite a bargain. Right now, if you don't make health, if you don't make time for your wellness, you'll be forced to make time for your illness. And that's what we're finding with a lot of people is going to the doctor, having to go to the pharmacy, taking the pharmaceutical medications, not feeling good because they're on those medications. We want to take time to have those great relationships, to do the things that we want to do in our lives, and not take time for the illness because we're not taking care of ourselves. Okay, so that was just the, I talked about the first 2 products, which is the oil and the MetaPWR Advantage. The last product that is in here is your Metabolic Assist. So Assist is what breaks down those complex carbohydrates that we eat into simple ones so that our body can absorb them. So what this does is it decreases your post-meal glucose spikes. This is huge, you guys. We do not want our glucose spiking 3-4 different times a day, so that our insulin levels have to spike to match that glucose and bring it down. This helps us to absorb those simple carbohydrates. It makes, it supports our healthy blood sugar responses, and it stabilizes our energy throughout the day as well. So reducing that glucose spike when we eat those carbs is huge. And why is that important? Because it makes our cells not function correctly. When we have those crashes in our blood sugar levels, it makes us have more cravings throughout the day. So we're going to crave more of those carbs and those sugars. It brings discomfort and inflammation to the body, and it also causes weight gain. every time your blood sugar spikes, you age. Okay, so that should make you think about, hey, when I drink that Mountain Dew or that power drink in the middle of the afternoon and my blood sugar has to spike for that, you are aging your body every time you do that. Every time you have that huge plate of spaghetti or you have that sugary cereal in the morning, your blood sugar spikes and it's actually aging you and causing inflammation in the body. So this is all negatively impacting your body. And what we know about this is that the insulin levels can't keep up after a while, or you gain an insulin resistance. And this is also known as type 2 diabetes. We all know people with type 2 diabetes. Maybe you are one of those, or you are someone who's moving towards having high blood glucose levels and you want to bring that down in the body. This is your product. Metabolic Assist is that thing that's going to help to lower those blood sugar spikes. But think about this too. It's also going to help with excess weight and weight gain, because every time your insulin spikes to match that blood glucose level, we turn off our fat burning cycle. I engage in intermittent fasting. So I fast for 16 hours a day, and then I eat in an 8-hour window every single day. Now, don't think that you have to do that to get the results that I had. I've been doing that for 3 years, and I didn't get the results that I'm now getting with MetaPWR. But I do know that by having that intermittent fasting every single day, I'm also turning on that fat burning part of me that needs to give my gut a rest as well so that my gut can heal. So there's a lot to be said for intermittent fasting, but it absolutely is not something that you need to do. Now, controlling our cortisol levels. We already talked about stress, so controlling stress. Cortisol levels rise during stress. Cortisol levels also increase, especially that fat, that visceral fat and that fat around our belly. When our cortisol levels rise, it raises our blood sugars levels, and stress hormones make it feel like if we haven't even eaten. So controlling that stress level and those cortisol levels is really key, again, to having a healthy metabolic system. This is one of the things that I've really seen as I've been on the MetaPWR system, is that how even keeled my emotions have been and how easy things have seemed, even through this huge move that we've had in our life, getting rid of everything we own, selling our house, moving into a fifth wheel. I just feel like I've been able to focus and to concentrate and to really have that cognitive ability and that, I guess, emotional intelligence to really be able to make it through a really rough time in our lives. So the best way to take your, best time to take your Metabolic Assist is before your largest meal of the day. And for most of us, that's going to be dinner. For you, it might be lunch. Some of you may need to take, if you are, we call it a super user, somebody who just needs a little bit more help to get back into that normal metabolic range, you may want to take a metabolic assist 2 times a day with your 2 largest meals of the day. So optimizing our nutrition is also important. So staying on the lifelong vitality pack, having your vitamins and your minerals that you really need, using your E-omegas, which is your omega-3 fatty acids, which also help with brain and cardiovascular health and muscle and joint health and all of those kind of good things. We really do, the first thing we need to do is eat real good foods. We need to eat healthy fats. We need to cut back on sugars and carbohydrates and things like that. But now we also need to fill in the gaps with these micronutrients with our VMZ and our omega-3s. So optimizing that blood sugar level, swap out those sugary foods, and eat good, healthy meals using your MetaPWR Assist and your MetaPWR soft gels to help to, I hate to use this term, but like shrink your fat cells. What you want to do is get them back to that normal size. Inflammation is huge, especially as we age. Sugars, carbs, fats, stress, all of these things increase inflammation in the body. And we have more stress. We also have more pain and inflammation. Our joints and our muscles are just, they're sore all the time. And also our cardiovascular health, our digestive health, and our cognitive ability is very much affected by improper inflammatory response. So this is where your alpha CRS is going to come in and help with that inflammatory response. Again, eating well, but also taking a turmeric product, which is in alpha CRS. It's also in your deep blue polyphenols. Boswellia, which is an extract of frankincense, and then ginger. These all help with those inflammatory responses. These are all in your alpha CRS. Your polyphenols, there's a green tea extract. Resveratrol is also in that, and a pineapple extract is in that as well. So optimizing your mitochondria. Mitochondria are like the little batteries that are inside each and every one of the cells in your body. Well, I shouldn't say that. If there's a biochemist on here, you'll know that isn't true, but the vast majority of your cells have mitochondria in them. And these are what helps to convert that energy, the glucose and the oxygen into energy in your body. And we need them to be able to continue to have that energy throughout the day and throughout our lifetime. And this mitochondria, as we age, our mitochondria age, and they just don't work as well. So the alpha CRS and the Advantage product are going to work together to help your mitochondria to be able to give us more energy throughout the day. So here it is in a nutshell, you guys. 3 easy steps. All of that science broken down into 3 easy steps. Your metabolic blend, your oil. You could put this in your water throughout the day. Highly suggest that you're drinking at least half your body weight in ounces of water a day. So if you weigh 150 pounds, you should be drinking 75 ounces of water a day and using your a couple of drops of your MetaPWR metabolic blend in your water. It tastes fantastic. It's going to help with those cravings. It's also going to help with that adipose tissue to shrink those cells. Okay. There's also beadlets, which you can just pop one of those in your mouth. I mean, literally like bite it and pop it in your mouth during the day. It gets into the bloodstream really, really quickly, and it helps with those cravings. You guys, cravings aren't just for food. We also crave nicotine, okay, for cigarettes. We can crave alcohol. There's lots of other things that we can crave in our lives, and this MetaPWR product helps with those cravings as well. There's also a gum, a satiety gum, which helps satiate hunger. And there's also soft gels that you should take 1 or 2 of those a day to help satiate that hunger. Step 2 is taking your metabolic assist 10 to 15 minutes before your largest meal of the day. And that's going to help with those blood sugar spikes. And then your MetaPWR Advantage. I take this, I tried to take this earlier in the morning. I would say 9 or 10 o'clock. Definitely would take this before noon because it does have energizing products in it as well. But this is one of those products that I already talked about. You just can't find anything else like it. It tastes fantastic as well. I also add 2 drops of MetaPWR oil to this to just kind of oomph the power in it. And I would not use more than 6 ounces of cold water. You want to drink this as a cold product. Do not use hot water in this product. And then when you add in your extra support, your greens and your protein powders and fiber with doTERRA, and also your Lifelong Vitality Pack, you have nutrition and metabolic support that are going to go hand in hand, and you have it right in the palm of your hand. And as you all know, well, hopefully most of you know, when you're on the when you're on the loyalty rewards program with doTERRA, you're going to earn points back to get some of these products for free, to get some of your oils for free, to get, your personal wellness products for free, your skincare products, your soaps, your shampoo, your conditioner, your hand wash, so many things that we can get for free when we're simply taking care of ourselves. So a good daily schedule with MetaPWR is having your Advantage drink powder in the morning, put a couple of drops of your metabolic blend in there as well, and using your Lifelong Vitality as well. And then during the daytime, you're going to use you're going to take a soft gel, and then with your largest meal of the day, you're going to take the assist. This could be different for you. This is what I do, is just my Advantage packet in the morning, my MetaPWR oil throughout the day, and then I use my assist with my largest meal. That is a very simple routine to follow. How do you get started? a MetaPWR starter kit. It sounds like a lot of people that are listening to this right now already have your starter kit, $179. If you do not have a wholesale account with doTERRA yet, it's $179 and you get a free enrollment with this. Usually it's $35 to get started with that enrollment, but doTERRA waives that and you get this for the same price that I'm paying for it, and you get a wholesale membership for a whole year. It's only $25 to keep up your wholesale membership, so it's super easy. It pays for itself. I would never suggest that people get these products for the retail value when you can get them for wholesale. Now, if you add that lifelong vitality to it to get your micronutrients, that's $80.50 as well. And so you're talking, I mean, if you're not started with this yet, we're talking about $250 to $270, depending on where you're at and how much your tax is going to be to get started on a fantastic product that is going to give you everything that you need for your metabolic health. When you're on the loyalty rewards program, I love that doTERRA is offering this option as well. When you get your lifelong vitality pack, you can pick up to 3 additional items on the right side for very reduced prices. And also when you buy your Advantage drink powder, you can also get another 3 of these items for a very reduced price. So if you buy your lifelong vitality pack and then you add your Advantage drink mix to that, it's $60.50 instead, or excuse me, it's $65 instead of the $84.50 that you would pay at the regular wholesale price. So you get almost 20 bucks off. You do get 20 bucks off for getting that at the discounted price with your lifelong vitality pack. So the power of MetaPWR, aging backwards. We're not talking about chronological age. We're talking about metabolic and or biological age of aging backwards with these products. I can't wait to tell more people about the science behind this and how effective these products are. I hope that all of you have fantastic results with your MetaPWR products and that you continue to live life to the fullest every single day of your life. Live longer, better. Live life longer with much better health and vitality in your body than you ever have before. Thank you so much for listening to this. If you need any further information, please contact me, Kathy Cordell. You can find me on Facebook or just contact me and I will teach you how to get started and how to use your products effectively. Thanks, everybody.